Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Funday. A little late, but it is what it is, and it's almost par for the course, especially in this whooping cough of pandemic that we're in. And so we're here to talk about, of course, as you see below, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Hey, Death. Life, it isn't a wild stallion. Let's rock! Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.
Those who, if you have never seen a Bill and Ted movie, why did you watch this movie? But those who are wondering, this, of course, is the third Bill and Ted movie, and it's a follow-up, of course, to the first movie, Excellent Adventure, and to The Bogus Journey.
Mind you, it's been ages since I've seen either movie. I just vaguely recall something about the second movie, Grim Reaper and George Carlin, and excellent.
George Carlin was
Party
in the first
on,
one.
dudes. Huh?
George Carlin was in the first one. He's the one who gives them the phone booth.
Was he also in the second one?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the second one. It's like I vaguely recall.
Who's in both movies? Technically, George Carlin is in this movie too, even though he's long dead.
Yeah, it's a hologram, not voiced by him.
Yeah.
Very clearly not voiced by him.
So, real quickly, we need to give our opinions on what we thought of Bill and Ted Face the Music. And even though I'm more the Bill and Ted kind of fan, as you can tell by especially if you ever look at my music choices on Spotify, I have to say that I enjoyed it. Damn it, this movie kind of won me a lot with its different dumbness, its charm, or just its precociousness. And this felt very much like a 90s film that happened to be made nowadays. There's a lot I can understand some people not liking. It hits on a lot of similar beats from the other movies, both Bogus Journey and also Excellent Adventure. But I like the fact that it does touch on both movies. Like, it doesn't try to pretend that like Excellent Adventure never happened or Bogus Journey never happened. It acts like they both happened. And it's some funny and dumb shit thanks to that.
Yeah, and their kids know it too.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, they could not have picked two people more perfect to play Bill and Ted's daughters, Billy and Thea.
Yeah. Samara Weaving playing Thea and Bridget Lundy Payne. I recognize her, but at the same time I couldn't place her for a while. But she...
Yeah, they were much Bill and Ted's daughters. Dude!
Mm-hmm. It was almost kind of uncanny how well they got their mannerisms, even like their walks and everything, to, of course, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter's original characters. And, of course, their characters, Bill and Ted, the entire premise of this is just that they need to find the song that's supposed to unite all the different timelines, all reality together, and everything like that. So at least it's what they're told.
Unite the world that they were foretold in, what was the second movie?
The first movie they were told that they had to unite the world, but the second movie there was a guy who was trying to prevent that. So that way he could be the one who would do it.
Yeah, they're like, well, we gotta get on it, we eventually gotta find that song that's gonna unite the world.
Yeah, and there's a lot of little, hints and nods to other things to our music. Like, very obviously, they're trying to be more experimentative with their music after a while, because they're trying to unite the world, and since rock music technically is kind of taking a downturn, thanks Gonad Migraines for all that. But also just the fact that there's more to the world than just simply rock music. But there's, like I said, it's I just want to say that much because I don't want to spoil too much about the movie. One, those who have seen the Bill and Ted movie kind of can guess where this is going to go in certain areas. None of it is super surprising, but the jokes they have and how they do certain things, especially pretty much homages to the past few films, I think are clever. They're not just straight up like redoing a similar scene like you would see in the Thing remake thing that happened. It's technically not a remake, it's technically a prequel. But it still goes beat for beat much of the original film, so. But what about you? How were you feeling throughout this?
Yeah, like I said, it's been ages since I've seen either of the Bill and Ted movies. I only vaguely recall them, and I was thinking, it's like, okay, it's like there are maybe a lot of jokes that I just don't get because they're like references to, previous movies, and it's like there may have been jokes like that, but it didn't really feel that way. It's like I still enjoy this movie.
Yeah, it's progressed the characters. Just to give away a little bit, eventually they do come back across Death, still played by William Sadler. And it's funny because they still have his character down for pat, that he's kind of a bit of an egomaniac and does some dumb shit constantly. And again, his character has moved forward. It doesn't
like apparently they kicked him out of the band for doing 40-minute guitar solos.
No, bass solos.
Whatever.
Big difference. If you gotta hear somebody sitting there just free bassing, you're just losing your mind after a while.
I guess he's trying to bore him to death.
Maybe. Who knows? Mm-hmm. He was just being really basic about it. So that's the kind of point you gotta go for. Yeah, just... I don't know. I kind of got into this movie's charm rather quickly. I thought that, one, it helps that it doesn't really spend a lot of time trying to reestablish anything. And you just pretty much like, hey, they were meant to make a song to try to unite the world. Didn't happen. Alright, now here's what's happening now.
Yeah, the daughter's kind of narrating and saying, it's like, okay, they were told about this and that, and it's like they time travel and everything, and it's like the song to unite the world, it still hasn't happened. They, formed a band, broken up, and, released all the stuff, and weren't quite as successful as they were hoping to be. And just kind of explain, like, what's been happening since the last movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's even, like, it deals with stuff dealing with their actual, like, marriages, and also dealing with the whole fact of, what are even Bill and Ted? Like, how truly important can they be if, honestly, their music doesn't last? It deals with some of the stuff that I think some rockers have to come to grips with. When the hits dry up. And when it happens to Imagine Dragons, it cannot happen soon enough. Or when they die in a plane crash. Hopefully soon. Or, just dealing with, just band fallout. Stuff like that. This is, obviously it's a movie, pardon. It's a movie that has a lot of its jokes and some of its bases where it comes across what it wants to do. In these mockumentaries that have come out, some of these actual documentaries, like, there were certain things I could see, okay, this is something that if the Dewey Cox movie tried to do, it would have added 13 dick jokes in with it. Those who ever want to know, I fucking hate the Dewey Cox movie. I'm sorry, a movie's... Woo, is it bad. It is unforgivably annoying, too. Here, I never felt annoyed. Like, it feels like actually, despite the fact they're still very much airheads, they have grown up still. They may be 40, 50 something.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they still on that quest to, write the song that's going to unite the world, and as it turns out, also like repair reality or something. But their priorities are their wives and their kids.
Yeah. And they're not like, and sure, they're still, dude, whoa, and stuff like that. But it doesn't feel like these are the same teenagers you saw in the first movie that were just complete idiots.
Yeah, they're still a bit on the naive side, still a bit airhead-ish. But I cannot remember any single part where I was just like you dumbasses.
Yeah, like they do dumb things, but it's not dumb like, oh, why no human would ever do it. It's like,
it's not idiotic. It's more just kind of naive in a way. That's like actually kind of charming.
Yeah, that charmingness just kind of makes you kind of endeared to them, like the stuff that with couples counseling that they have at one point. Damn it, it was actually kind of funny.
Like, we love you guys. It's like, don't think you're quite getting this.
Yeah, it's just funny little things like that. There's stuff with also time traveling, which I thought they were able to put some of that together, and it worked rather well. Well, there's some of the psychedelic kind of stuff dealing with that Bogus Journey did, and some of the weird elements that actually kind of come back up and are actually talked about, and I think they work well. If there is one thing, though, I don't think that works as well as they really think it did. And it's only because I couldn't get what the point was, and that was this time-traveling robot they have.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like supposed to be an assassin sent to kill them, because George Carlin's widow in this, played by Holland Taylor, she's like, okay, well maybe, the prophecy is supposed to be interpreted different ways. Maybe, their death is going to signal the uniting of the worlds and realities and everything. And so she sends a robot named after her daughter's ex-boyfriend. It's like, I kept thinking like it was going to reveal to be like, it was actually the daughter's boyfriend turned into a robot or something, but...
Yeah, or something.
It kind of went nowhere. He just kind of was like, it's like, I'm Dennis Caleb McCoy. It's like, okay, good for you.
Yeah, that just was the joke, was just that, I'm Dennis Caleb McCoy. It's just this guy being very awkward with everybody, and it's...
I personally, I found him kind of funny. It got old a little bit after a while, but... he's played by Zaz from Gotham, so can't really get too mad at him.
Well, I can't get mad at the fact that I don't think this was as funny as they thought it really was. They're probably like, this is hilarious. Like, nah, it really isn't. He never was completely distracting like a Melissa McCarthy always is, or Kristen Wiig, or Kate McKinnon, or Saturday Night Live in general.
Anyone that was in the Ghostbusters remake, except for Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, and even then, Chris Hemsworth needs to forego that ever being on his transcript, because that movie was ass. Actually, that movie had to, improve to be ass. It's a pimple on the butt of assness.
A boil on the butt of humanity?
Sure, it is something, that's for sure.
Tries like, it had to improve to being a boil on the butt of humanity.
Mm-hmm. But it was enough every now and then, it kind of grated on me just a little. I was like, really wouldn't care if that robot wasn't around. Like, I really thought they were just going to let his kind of character just, go and just quit being. He just kept cropping up, and it's like, I don't know what the fucking point is here.
Yeah, just kind of have an annoying character, I guess. It's like, oh, I can play a tambourine, or I can do this. And it's like, oh, I can dance. It's like, oh, really? Rehearse over there.
Yeah. But I will say it was never enough that I was just like, ugh, every time he came on screen. I'm like, okay, come on, let's give me a punchline here. Because obviously, like, the guy's trying to do something somewhat funny, just he's never accomplishing it.
Yeah, I did find him, like, slightly funny and charming. It's just my biggest frustration with that character is that it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, it obviously was supposed to be a joke that paid off in some regard, but it never did.
Instead, he's just dancing.
Yeah, it's a robot that dances. Huh?
Never seen that before.
His name, and he has a name. His name is DMC, because Devil May Cry.
DCM.
No, Douglas something McCoy. Oh yeah, whatever.
Dennis Caleb McCoy.
Oh, whatever. DCM. See, you can't even get Devil May Cry out of it. Just, I don't know. I don't know what the fucking point of it was. I don't know. Sometimes I guess some jokes are just too smart for me. Or I'm too smart for them. Who knows? But yeah, other than that, I actually rather enjoyed the hell out of this movie. Sure, it doesn't tread a fuck ton new ground, because like I said, it does pay homage to the originals, but it's a third in a series that really is fucking bizarre. So I'm okay with it kind of not, deciding to do a brand new thing on how it wants everything to go. No, I'm happy with it just, being a good, fun flick. And also, it's not 2.5 fucking hours long.
Yeah, very lighthearted, very fun, almost mental cotton candy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm happy with that. With the state of how shit is out in the world and how dumb people are being, I'm fine with some mental cotton candy every now and then. Especially if it can help me forget about all the ways in how humanity can be utter trash.
Yeah, I don't mind movies that make me think and blow my mind and, make me afraid to sleep with the lights off or anything. It's like I don't mind. But I also don't mind movies that are just like fun and lighthearted and just really like let you kind of turn your brain off and enjoy and just be cotton candy and actually even healthier than that for your soul.
Yeah. Because I will say this much, the movie does have actually a positive message by the end of it all. Like,
other than just be excellent to each other.
Yeah, it's more than just be excellent to one another. And party on, dudes.
Yeah, there's references to that.
There's a lot of, alright, well, it's more than just... it's more than just about Bill and Ted, which I was enjoying. I'm happy that almost all the characters got a little bit fleshed out. Hell, even technically the time-traveling bits, some of the historical characters got a little bit fleshed out. Except for, one, but it's a cave woman, so I'm okay with that. It's like, oh, what's there going to say about her? Maybe also another one, it's a flute player from China.
Lung something or other.
Yeah.
I can't even remember her name.
Yeah, go check this out. It's well worth the many years we had to wait for it. And I actually pretty well enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like that. Yes, Billy and Thea are exactly like their dads, but at the same time, it's like they're kind of their own characters. Like, they like to listen to music and kind of like combine different stuff and just whatever they like. And it's like, the one, they probably weren't as fleshed out as they probably could have been, but I'm fine with what we got, and I'm fine with the glimpses that we got into their lives and how they've been doing since the last movie, and I like the glimpses of the future thems, the future us's.
Yeah, there's a lot of little stuff dealing with Bill and Ted, actually talking to Bill and Ted. It's pretty damn funny. There's a lot of good funny jokes.
It's like, oh, run! It's like, God. Oh.
Also, seeing fat Keanu Reeves is just the best. So, what would you give this, though, as a final score?
Well, the more we're talking about it, the more it's like I'm actually enjoying the movie, actually, even though we're not watching it. Like, I think I was thinking like a 8, but now I gotta say a 9.
It seems really high, but I give it a 9 too. There's not a lot that's terribly horrible about the movie. It does a lot really good. Like I said, Doug is the worst
Dennis.
guy, or Dennis, whatever. I keep wanting to call him Doug for some reason. Dennis is not particularly funny, but some of the stuff leading up before Dennis starts to yap more is actually kind of funny to me. Because he actually
mistakes were made.
Yeah. There's funny shit like that. So him getting his ass whooped by a bunch of prisoners is kind of funny. Ow, 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 ow.
I was like...
It's like, alright, damn it, that's actually kind of funny there. But yeah, I can't hate on this movie. And those who are like, it's just so derivative, these are the same people who probably thought that Tenet was the best piece of shit there was. Which I will tell you, it is a piece of shit, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just love reading comments on YouTube. Well, I didn't understand what was going on, and I couldn't hear what anyone was saying, but I liked it. It's like, how can you like it if you didn't understand it?
Yeah, whenever I can't understand anything or hear it, I usually don't like it.
It's like, if I need subtitles to hear what they're saying in English, it's like, maybe turn up the volume on the dialogue and turn down the damn music. Yeah, Hans Zimmer knockoff.
But hey, that's our feelings though on Bill and Ted Face the Music. Go check it out. It's available right now. You can rent it at home. So those you weirdos who are afraid if you go outside you'll magically melt, you can fucking watch it at home. And those of us who are normal...
And $5 extra, you can just get a digital copy. Copy.
What the fuck's a copy? Just get a copy.
That's my brain not wanting to work right. Shush.
Yeah, go check it out. Buy it if you want to. Like right now, let's say like you can get digital copy for $25. Just pay it. It's $5 more than if you rent it. Fuck it at that point.
Yeah, so it doesn't really try any new ground, but it doesn't have to. Like I said, it's mental cotton candy.
Yeah, and not only that, but what it does do, it still does it very well. That's the most important part.
Charming.
And that's all I needed. I just needed a movie that was going to be charming, not a movie that was going to try and out-science me and make me try. I won't make you think, but I'm not going to make you give a fuck about any of these goddamn characters. Thanks, Christopher Nolan.
Bringing this, pseudoscience you're one to peddle.
Yeah, so that is Bill and Ted Face the Music. I have no fucking idea what's going to be next week. It's still up in the air. I think by October we'll finally have an actual slate of films.
Yeah.
But right now, thanks to everybody still acting like the world is ending, we won't know.
And also my birthday is coming up this weekend, so not a whole lot of time to go actually see a movie, because we're going to be celebrating the awesomeness that is me.
Yeah, that means I gotta, go worship the pussy for a little bit, so we'll be doing that.
Oh, I really hope my family doesn't watch these.
If not, I just embarrass the hell out of you. You wonder why there's smudges all over my face later?
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Oh, but hey, that's enough talking about muff diving. And so until then, we'll see y'all next time. So bye-bye, everybody.
Party on, dudes.